Many persons, when they are going through storms of life, they will say that God sees and He knows their problems. Such statement suggests that because God sees and knows their problems, He is automatically going to address it. Nevertheless, the God who sees is waiting to hear your prayers. It was Agar, the mother of Ishmael, and the mistress or the maid of Sarah, who first ascribed a title or a name to God. She called him el-roi, the God who sees. It was in Genesis chapter 16 and verse 13. It says, "And she called the name of the Lord that spake unto her, Thou God seest me. For she said, I have also here looked after him that seest me." Hagar ran away because of the oppression that she came under. The angel of the Lord met her in the wilderness and asked her, Where is she going? She told him, He told her to go back and submit herself unto her mistress Sarah. The angel of the Lord went further to let her know that he was going to multiply her seed. He was going to greatly bless her. In other words, he's going to bless her. But though God sees, he responds to what he hears. For in Genesis 16 and verse 11, it says, "And the angel of the Lord said unto her, Behold, thou art with child, and shalt bear a son, and shalt call his name Ishmael, because the Lord hath heard thy affliction." So though she was calling on him who sees, the God who sees, God was responding to let her know that it is because of what I have heard your petition. So somewhere along the line, Agar must have prayed to God, and the Lord responded. We must not only take comfort in that God sees our problems in life, because He is waiting to hear our prayers. A similar situation happened again with Agar and Ishmael in Genesis chapter 21. And she and her son were put out of the house of Abraham. The scripture says she wandered in the wilderness, and there came a point when her water was finished. The water seemed to have been finished for days, because she laid Ishmael down and went a good distance and sat down by herself, expecting nothing but death. In verse 16 and verse 21, "And she went and sat down over against him a good way off, as it were a bow shot. For she said, Let me not see the death of the child. And she sat over against him and lifted up her voice and wept. When she cried out, God called unto her from heaven. Now you may think that it is because God heard her cry, but she was not crying or making a petition to God. We know this because of what God told her. He said in verse 17, and God heard the voice of the lad, and the angel of the Lord called to Hagar out of heaven, and said unto her, What aileth thee, Hagar? Fear not, for God hath heard the voice of the lad where he is. The same God who sees, that saw her previous tribulation is now seeing her current situation. But he is letting her know he did not come simply because he sees, but it's because he heard the petition of the child Ishmael. Hagar cried, but not unto God. She was not making her petition to God, but Ishmael did. If we can learn anything from this, we must learn to voice our petitions, our problems to God, and ask Him to intervene. Do not take it for granted that He sees, because the God who sees is waiting to hear your petition. The God who sees is waiting to hear your prayers.